out to local 804. Union Power Radio.
1 2 1 2 doing test.
This is the What the Heck show.
What the heck? What the heck?
Sellouts. Just raw Union Power Radio.
1 2 1 2 doing test.
Always keep it real. This is the What the Heck fighting for the worker.
What the heck? What the heck?
You fighting, and we got your back. Let's go.
One, two, 1 2. Test.
From factory floors to city streets, we rise, no fear. Still boots hitting hard, the voice of labor's here. Union Power Radio, cutting through the noise, amplifying workers, women, men, every shift, every voice. Shout out to local 804.
One, two.
Union Power Radio. Your source for every truth they don't want you to hear.
All right, guys. About to start this show.
No sugarcoating, no sellouts. Just raw union truth. Always honest. Always keeping it real. Always fighting for the worker. You're working, you're fighting. And we got your back. Let's go.
One, two, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Test. You're listening to the What the Heck show here on Union Power Radio.
City streets, we rise, no fear. Still boots hitting hard, the voice of
1 2.
here. Union Power Radio, cutting through the noise, amplifying workers, women, men, every shift, every voice. Shout out to local 804.
facts, states, and events presented in this video are from the member's best recollection and may not be fully accurate. This video is intended for entertainment purposes only. Always consult with your local union about your rights and duties at your workplace. The opinions shared in this video are our own and do not necessarily represent my employer's positions, strategies, or opinions. All views shared are protected under the National Labor Relations Act.
Nice. You are now in tune with the boss of the business, the What the Heck Show on UnionPowerRadio.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the What the Heck Show here on Union Power Radio. We are going to be talking about some stuff that happened today at the general membership meeting here in Local 804, and a lot of people looked puzzled of what was going on. Well, I'm going to give you guys a heads up of what is a delegate convention and what is the delegate elections all about. I'm going to give it to you by detail. What are the delegates' jobs to do at the convention, and what are the alternates to do? Because there's a lot of people, a lot of members, when I looked up and they was talking about that Vinny Perone was going to, and like I said, I do a disclosure at the beginning of the show just to make sure that you guys all understand that all my opinions are my opinions only. This is my time. This is my no money involved. The local the local 804 don't have anything to do with what I say or what my opinions are. All I'm here to do is try to educate the membership and let them know exactly what's going on. So today was the general membership meeting on, and by the way, Super Bowl Sunday. I really don't care who wins or what. I'm just looking forward to the halftime show with Bad Bunny, my man. So everybody's probably getting set up for your Super Bowl parties, and hey, no problem. Have a good time. Root for whatever team you're rooting for, and make sure that if you're going to be drinking, make sure you're responsible enough not to drive. Okay, we don't want we don't want to deal, any business agent don't want to deal with anything on Monday or Tuesday when it comes down to. So if you're going to be drinking and having a good time, by all means have a great time, but be responsible. Make sure that you don't go behind the wheel while you was drinking. So today at the general membership meeting, Vinny Perone did the shop steward meeting at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then the general membership meeting started at 10. And then he explained what he was going to do, which was going to suspend the meeting due to the, delegate announcements. So this is how it went down. And a lot of people, when he said that, there was one person a member that object to suspending the general membership meeting due to the fact of the delegate nominations. So Vinny put out a vote to all the members, and the ayes won over the nays. It was only one nay, which was that member, and she brought out a point about, how the meeting should go on and shouldn't be stopped because of the election, the nominations. So anyway, so a lot of people, when I looked up, everybody was like, what the hell is going on? What is a delegate convention? What is delegates, and why are we voting for delegates and alternates and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, so let me just give you a heads up what a delegate convention is. The union convention is like you're sending Congress for lawmaking. So the guys that you elect for delegates, and let me just get this straight, guys, because a lot of people came up to me and asked me why you're not running, Hector. Why you not in that? I always choose not to because it gives a opportunity to a member, not a board member, a member, a rank and file member, to get that experience to go to the convention. I always back down when they ask me if I want to run with them. This is the second time I rejected to go to this convention. Nothing political, nothing about it. It's just that I always want to see a rank and file member experience that. That's why I back down and let a member go. Because if we have everybody going from the executive board, and for what I know, everyone is going but me. I'll be back. I'll be at the office come June. So if you have any issues, someone will be at the office. It will be me. Okay. And I chose that because a lot of people saying, "Oh, Vinny probably didn't want Hector to be on." No, Vinny already asked me, and I rejected it because I would like to see a rank and file member go to and experience the command. I've been to a lot of delegate conventions. I've been through it all. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of traveling, and I wanted a rank and file member to experience that. So kudos to whoever took my spot, and I hope you enjoy it, and not really enjoy it, but get educated on it, because there's a lot of education there as far as going to the convention. Now, a convention is like Congress. It's like you're sending Congress to Albany to infect, some law makings. So what I'm saying is that the delegates are voted for union policy. They got to go there to discuss union policy, change the constitution of the bylaws. So meaning that if the international president has a change of bylaws in the Constitution, the delegates are the ones that vote yes to move on and pass that bylaw, or no, not to pass that bylaw. The direction, and then they also talk about the direction of where the union's going on the convention, which direction they want to go to, and the delegates also vote on that also. So they just consider them like your congressman going to do lawmaking at the delegate convention. Now, the delegate convention is the union money, because you got to pay, the unions got to pay for these delegates to go to Vegas. And I'll break it down to you exactly what the local pays for these delegates and alternates to go to this convention. So any issue that can affect your contract, your rights, and your future upon these delegates that goes there from every local throughout the United States, they go there to vote on different contracts, your rights, and the future of the contract. So they're going to be talking about a lot of things there as far as the next contract, what they're going to propose to the company. And it's the delegates they're your voice. They're going there to say what they hear all the time at your buildings. You complaining about this article, how strong this article could be. They're going there to debate that, to debate what the members are saying to them. Okay? So what is a delegate? A delegate is a regular member who's chosen to represent the member of these locals at the convention, like I just finished saying. So we have over 8,100 members, and we have to elect the delegates who will speak, debate, and to vote on your behalf. All right? Speak, debate, and vote on your behalf. So if they're out there at the convention and they're listening to Sean O'Brien propose something in the contract that will affect your rights, will affect your contract in the future, they're there to vote. Sometimes the votes are you know, the delegates all vote yes for whatever Sean O'Brien puts out there. I won't be there. I won't be able to tell you what they put out there for you guys. But you have the right as a member to ask the delegates that you are sending to the convention. They have to come back and report to the membership of what went down and what they voted on and what rights they took away or what rights you got. What they have, that's why you're sending them out there, to be your voice. And in return, the delegates has to come back to the membership and let them know exactly what went down in the convention. It's in the bylaws. It says it. It says that the delegates must come back to the membership and tell the membership what they voted on, what they was talking about over there, because you are sending them there for your voice. Okay? So all elected delegates to speak, I already said that. So things that, I wrote everything down so then I won't forget anything, guys. So think of the delegates being like a union law maker, okay? They're going there, like you send Congress to Albany or Washington or whatever the case may be. It's the same thing here. You're sending these delegates to go over there to make sure that they do a good contract or whatever, or vote on something that affects you here at the local 804 and every other local. Representing the members, vote in the members' interests. To vote in the members' interests, okay? They are making these votes in the interest of you because you're sending them to over there to talk for you. So you have the right. Bring issues from the shop floor to the convention. That's what they got to do. All delegates has got to go there and debate and speak on what happens on the shop floor that affects the member. They have to go there to do that, okay? And it's going to be a week long. It's in June 2026. I don't know exactly the dates that they're going there, but I'm just explaining to you what a delegate convention is all about and why they have 10 in certain locals, they have 5 in certain other locals, it depending on the membership. The bigger the membership, the more delegates get to go. So here in Local 804, there's 10 delegates and there's 10 alternates. I have a problem with that myself, of having 10 delegates and 10 alternates. That's 20 people that we're sending to the convention. I have a problem with that because you don't need 10 alternates. You need 10 delegates, yes, we got that. But you don't need 10 alternates. You need at least 5 alternates, because 10 alternates, and the reason why the alternates going is because just in case, it never happened in the history of Teamsters, just in case a delegate gets sick out there that can't go to the vote, then the alternate steps in. But what are the chances of 10 delegates being sick at the same time? Zero. So I always think that's a waste of money by sending 10 alternates, but it is what it is. It's in the bylaws. You could do it. It's not nothing that they're doing on their own. It's not nothing that Vinny's doing that I'm sending 10 because I want to send 10. No, it's in the bylaws. So they allowed to send 10 alternates for 10 delegates. If it was me, to save the local money, I'll send only 5 alternates because, you know, what are the chances? Like I said before, what are the chances of 10 delegates being sick? You know, and have 10 alternates. So if 10 delegates don't get sick, then you have 10 alternates out there doing absolutely nada, zero, zip, zero. They're doing absolutely nothing because they can't vote. They can't go into to the debate stuff to hear. I mean, they can hear what Sean O'Brien is going to say, but they don't have any say so. They're not your voice, the alternates. The alternates are there just in case the whole 10 delegates get sick for some reason. That's why I say 10 is overwhelmed. It's crazy. It's too much money expense. And I'll show you down what the local pays for as far as them going to the delegate convention. And that'll be coming up soon. But before I go any further, I just want to get something straight here. So there's a local member in Local 804 that's putting out a podcast that he's out there. You know, he's been missing in action for a while because he has some issues. And a lot of people don't talk to this guy. I was the only one that really talked to him. But after the phone call he gave me on Sunday, I deaded him. And I told him to keep the same energy when he sees me. Today at the general membership meeting, he didn't show up. He never shows up. He never shows up at a general membership meeting, and he wants to preach to you guys on a podcast. He wants to preach to you as a rank and file podcast, and he doesn't even go to general membership meetings at all. Okay, he probably won't want to go there because a lot of people don't like him, and he's gonna have to meet up some guys that confronted him before or wanted to confront him before, but he never did. So let me explain something, because he called me out on his podcast. So he says, I'm a frog and I'm in the boiling pan and I need to jump out before I get cooked. Well, let me tell you something. I'd rather be a frog than an annoying fly. And you know what frogs eat? Annoying flies. Okay? Because I don't know what the fuck are you talking about. Not happy, get out, whatever. I don't know what the fuck are you talking about. And that's the shit about your podcast, because you like to put shit out there, throw shit on the fucking wall, and then just let us try to see if it sticks there. And that's what you do. That's what you do to the membership. And another thing is that transparency, and you started laughing because I had that Facebook thing with them blocking my flyers. And then you said transparent, ha ha ha, Hector, you don't have no transparency. Nigga, fuck it. I tell everybody exactly how it is. I don't have no hair on my fucking tongue. I tell you how it is, the same way I tell the members how it is. And every member that I spoke to that had to deal with me and discipline would tell you the same thing, because I don't hide from the members. I tell them exactly what is going to go down. Okay? I don't hide behind anything. I don't say shit. I just tell you exactly. If you take it the way you take it, you take it. If you don't, you have questions, come and answer. All right? So I don't know what the fuck are you talking about? Not being happy and just get out. I don't know. Once you finish up your fucking sentence and tell the members exactly what the fuck you're talking about, because you're putting it out there like, oh, let the members think about it. No, stupid. Just fucking say it. Say what you got to say, and then it'll be better, because you putting shit out there like that and I'm going to call you the guy from Batman, Riddles, whatever his fucking name, the guy that throws out riddles and just don't know what the fuck. He just let everybody think like, and that's the kind of person you are, that you like to just throw shit out there and let the people talk and let them come to their own conclusions. Once you come with the conclusions, once you come with the results, okay? And then you saying you're transparent my fucking finger. You see this finger right here? Because I know you're looking at YouTube. It's my middle finger. Fuck you with your transparent shit. Because if you was transparent, you would have tell those people on the fucking podcast that you tell the members on the pod and the rank and file members on the podcast that you are running with Boz. Why you don't say that? If you're being transparent to the membership, why don't you say that you're going to be running with Boz in the next election in October 27th? See, I have to tell them that because you're afraid to tell them that. You're afraid to start making judgments against you right now before nominations in October. So I'm going to put it out there because you told me directly that you're running with the Boz slate. So here, all the members, guess what? Alejandro Galano is going to be running because he didn't tell you in his podcast that he's being honest to you guys and he's being straight up and forward. I'm going to be straight up and forward to you guys. Only here at the What the Heck Show, Union Power Radio, because I don't bite my tongue, I don't have hair in my tongue, and I tell you straight up how it is. Alejandro Galano said that he's running with Boz, but he failed to tell you guys on his podcast that he's running with Boz. Why? You got to ask that question. Why? Why? Why he didn't say it on his podcast? But whatever. Enough with him and his frog shit, trying to get out of the boiling. Listen, I'd rather be a frog than an annoying fly that you are, because you're an annoying fly. And you know what frogs eat? Flies. That's right. Anyway, enough of him and his fucking rank and file podcast bullshit, all lies. And I told you guys from the beginning of the other show, that's what they're going to do. That's what that slate is going to do. They're not going to talk about anything that they can do better for the local. They're going to only talk shit. Only talk shit with no fucking backing. That's what it is. All right. Anyway, so we finished with the delegates, and what they are is your voice in the room when they talk about passing the bylaws or changing the bylaws or changing the constitutional. Everything in there is the guys that you send as delegates to the convention. What is an alternate delegate does? An alternate is a backup, like I told you before. If a delegate can go, get sick, can serve, and gets removed, the alternate steps in and takes their place. That's what an alternate delegate does. Okay, guys? If you guys, because the only reason I'm educating you guys, because when I looked up today at the general membership meeting, and a lot of people said, what the fuck is going on here? So I just want to make sure you guys are clarified of what went down at the general membership meeting. Okay? An alternate is part of the delegation, and sometimes they tend to help even if they're not voting. But make no mistake, an alternate matters because they can become full delegates. So what it's saying is that if a delegate becomes sick or ill while they in Vegas, too much partying or whatever, and they get sick, and they don't do partying. But when they do that and they get sick, that the alternate steps into the picture. How do you become a delegate? Usually that when the nominations are being put up on every bulletin board in Local 804, you have the right to nominate. You got to have two nominations, two nominated people to nominate you. And I'm going to explain that to you right now. So we have this slate that's forming to run against EMS, which is Boz, Alejandro Galano, I think Dave Fennell, a bunch of misfits that are running for that slate. And they didn't, it's weird though, because usually when it comes down to a delegate convention election thing, usually the slate that's going to run in October against the incumbent, they usually put a slate together to run a delegate slate. And no one challenged EMS today. No one from that slate challenged them. No one, there was only one guy there from that slate, which was Boz. But it's kind of weird that if they want to run for local executive board and they should have ran for this delegate convention, so then they can show the membership what can they do for them if the members elected them to go to Vegas. And it's kind of weird that in Local 804, everyone always challenged the slate that's in there now to go and, oh shit, hold on a second, something is wrong here. All right, that's gonna mess up my recording. So something is wrong in this picture, that these guys are putting a slate together with a lot of misfits, and they didn't challenge EMS to go to the convention. That is kind of fucking weird. And like I said in my last show, they are gonna wait to the last minute to just put it out there in October, and then you have only 2 months to decide what slate you want to vote for, and they're going to have 2 months to, talk shit and talk mass shit and not talk about what positive they're going to bring to the local. This was with their time now to run for the delegate elections, and they chose not to. And that's kind of weird in Local 804, because if you're going to run as a executive board and you want to put your name out there for the members to know who you are and what you're running for and you're for the members. And if they should have ran for the delegates to show the members that we are here for you and we're going to be your voice. It's up to the members to send whoever over there, but they didn't even do that. So that's questionable. And everyone that's listening and understands the politics of going into office. If a slate is being put together as of now, which they are putting, they're having their little rah-rah meetings with Boz and his peoples and his members that he's electing to go there, which none of them showed up at the general membership but Boz. They should have put the slate together to run against EMS with the delegate convention. And it didn't happen. It's just surprising to me that if you're putting a slate together to run for an executive board, this will be the perfect time to show the members that you are interested in representing the members and fighting for the members and not a title. Right, Boz? You're doing it for the members, right? Not for the title. Let's right? I just want to make sure that, this time around, you're doing it for the members, not for a title. But anyway, we'll get off of that now. So how to become a delegate convention? Like I said, your members run for delegate. You have to put your name in to get nominated. You have to have 2 nomination persons to nominate you to run for whatever position, delegate or alternate or whatever. You have to do delegate first. Alternate is just upon you winning as a delegate, you can enter alternates. Well, alternates have to be there also to be to have nominees. That's an election in the local, which is not going to be an election in the local now because no one is competing with EMS going to the convention. So which is great. It's great, but it's not a lot of money lost now because only the election supervisor got paid for today and whatever. We don't have to do no ballots to send out because there's no other people. So we don't have to spend money on that. So that's great. And plus the delegates now, they don't have to campaign because they don't have no one challenging them. So the votes become delegates, so you get whatever votes. So this is not like a slate vote or whatever. So you run as a delegate. If you get the most votes, you get to be a delegate, 1 of the 10. So that is that. The convention, I will tell you exactly, like I told you before, I'm going to tell you what are the expense from the local that we do, that the members pay for this convention. Travel, round trip ticket to Vegas for 20 people. All right. Travel, you got to, the local has to pay for the round trip ticket. Coach, not first class, coach. Coach tickets, round trip from New York to Vegas and from Vegas back to New York. Hotel accommodations. Everyone gets a hotel at Vegas, all 20. Everyone gets a hotel. The local pays for that. I don't know how many nights. I think it's 4 nights or 5 nights. 5 nights of hotel for 20 people the local pays for. Okay? Registration. We have to register at the IBT for the convention. 20 people, we have to pay registration. I think the registration is about $300, $400 each times 20. All right? Food. Now, everybody says food. Why are we paying for food? The local has bylaws to pay for per diem. So I don't know what the per diem is right now, but I think the top per diem is $125 a day for the time that you're there. That is, and I think it should be up more because it's expensive in Vegas. It's very expensive to eat. You can't even go to a fucking buffet and not spend like $50, $60. So anyway, that food expense is for every one of those guys from alternates to delegates. 20 times $125 a day. That's another expense. Okay. And all that expense comes from the membership because you're sending your representative to speak for you out there. So all that expense comes from the local. So I just wanted to educate you guys on that. Okay. So why we are doing this? Because we have to. It's for the local sake, for every local throughout the United States. It's for the local sake to do this convention. This is because the international are going to be presenting bylaw changes, constitutional changes, contract changes, the future of which way they're going to go with the contract. So Local 804 is sending your delegates for your voice. They heard everything that goes on here, and they want to make sure that it benefits Local 804 and every other local throughout the United States. They're going there to represent. Now, let me tell you something. Some locals take advantage of this weak shit, and they really go there to bullshit. And I see that all the time. I've been to plenty of conventions, and I see a lot of locals from like little locals that they have really little bit of membership, but they're benefiting to go to Vegas, going sightseeing, going gambling, going this and that. And it happened during the Hoffa era. I haven't been to a convention now since Sean O'Brien there, but as far as I know, Sean O'Brien sees it, he's going to react to it because everyone is there under the membership money and everyone shouldn't be gambling or sightseeing. It's not a vacation, man. It's not a vacation. The union pays for it. So you go there to do exactly what you sent there to do by the membership, is to go to all those constitutional classes, bylaw classes, and what's going to be changing in the contract. So I don't know if Sean O'Brien's going to react to stuff like that, but whatever it is, you got a lot of locals that just send the whole damn regime there, and they do nothing to represent the members, and they do it all the time. It's in the when I was going there, it was in the Hoffa time. And I used to be sick out of my head that members send these guys to represent them, and they were doing is partying, going to casinos, playing blackjack. They do everything but what they were sent there by the members, and it sickened me. And that's why I'd rather not go to see that, because it really, really pisses me off when I see stuff like that, when you're spending all this money. Can any member run for delegate? The question I just got asked, yes. Any member that is in good standings could run for delegate. Absolutely 100%. If you're in good standings and you've been paying your union dues, you have the right to run. You just got to get 2 people to nominate you, and then you will accept the nominations. And that's what I thought was going to happen today with the slate that's supposedly putting themselves together to run in October 2027. I thought I was going to see guys that care about the membership and want to go to this convention to represent the members. And disappointed, I didn't see it. And I don't understand. I said this was the perfect opportunity for those guys, for those members that want to run in the elections in Local 804 in October 2024 to present themselves and to run for a good cause of going there to be the voice of the members and tell, Sean O'Brien what we are going through here in Local 804. So they didn't take that opportunity. It's no better other delegates to go. I can find. I'm not going. That was my choice again, because everybody's gonna start ruming. Oh shit, Hector's got bad. He's bad with the guys. He's get bad with EMS. That is way far from that. I always choose to back down and let a member to go experience that experience. I experienced that plenty of times. I'm getting old. I'm 55 years old now, so I don't like traveling like I used to when I was young and ready to go. And believe me, we have a team there that's go there just to make sure that everything works out for Local 804. And they're going to go there to do that. They're going to go there to be your Congress, to be your voice, to go there to make sure that when they pass a bylaw, that it works out for Local 804. So I have confidence in everyone that's going there. Alternates, yeah, I have a little doubt about that, but that's me. That's me. That's my opinion. And I'm allowed to have my opinion. 10 alternate delegates to go to that convention is just a waste of money, if you ask me. But the bylaws are the bylaws. I can't go against the bylaws. All right. Another question was, what if I don't agree with how my delegates vote? Then your organizer vote, maybe run yourself next time. So if you disagreed of whatever it is, they got to come back to you first before you disagree. But if you disagree that you don't want to send a delegate to the convention, I would tell you, you have a separate opportunity to vote on the person that's running against that delegate, but they didn't come to the plate. The guys that are running for executive board in October 2002, which is Baz, Alejandro, Galano, they didn't come up to the plate for you guys. What makes you think they're going to come up to the plate when it's time for local elections? You got to think about that. If they didn't come, they didn't give you the opportunity to vote for them, to send them to the delegate convention to be your voice because you don't like a delegate that's on the EMS and you wanted to have that vote to send someone different. They didn't give you that opportunity because they didn't come to the plate. And what makes them good when they come to the plate in October of 2027? That's the question you got to ask yourself. And that's the question you got to ask them. Why did they didn't come to the plate to run for delegate convention? And hopefully they'll give you a good answer because they never give you good answers. Are conventions do a scam? It's not a scam of the dues for the convention. If the right people goes to the convention, it's not a scam. Some locals, and not Local 804, all right? I'm talking about other locals that I saw that were there. And I could tell you one right across the river. That local is a scam. It's a scam. Because those guys do nothing but go for nothing, for not the membership. And the reason I say that, because I went to a national grievance panel for the first time, and I got disgusted there, 100%. 100% I got disgusted, and I would never go back to a national panel as long as, if it comes out of the membership money, I'm never going to go back there. If it comes out of my money, I go there because of my money. I spend it. But as for the members' money, that national was sickening to see, what I saw there. And I told you in previous, what if it's a scam? That's the question that was asked. If a convention of dues a scam? Listen, some locals, they scam they members. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys because I'm not transparent, like Galano says. I'm not transparent, so I'm not gonna be straight up. I'm gonna be straight up to you. What I saw was disgusting. And it was not, I couldn't take it. As a union member, dues union member, pay union member, I can't even talk. I'm getting like Alano reading my Facebook ad. Anyway, so some locals do scam the dues thing, and I guess no one's looking at it. I mean, if they was to hire me in the international and go looking for those things, I'll find it. Believe me, I'm a great investigator when it comes to, I look at stuff. I look at people's reaction. I look at people's body language. I just look at the whole shit. And the reason I know that local was a scam, because we went to, so in national panel on a Monday, they read out all the cases throughout the national. And then they ask the people, are they going forward with the cases? That particular local had almost 25 cases that was presented and they postponed every 25 of them. That means if they postpone it, that means there's no need for them to be there. Zero. They can just send someone, one representative there from the union to represent that, to say, you know, we're not postponing, we're postponing all 25. You only need one person. That's one travel, one hotel. You don't have to freaking spend 17 or whatever on their slate, 15 people on their slate to go there to postpone 25 cases for the members. Because when they postpone it, it just delays the process of the grievance in the national. They just delay it to the following national panel. So when I saw that they postponed 25 cases and they stood there the whole fucking week to do absolutely nada, was a scam, I think. My opinion, it's my opinion only, okay? I thought that was it. So, I mean, I'm trying to answer this question, is any conventions dues a scam? Listen, as far as Local 804 and what I seen in Local 804, and I know how Vinny is, and I know how, and not because I'm with them, because I'm not going to be there with them, but I know who they are. I know how they represent the members. And you got some good delegates going to the convention. Alternates, I got a question mark on that, but whatever. They'll get experience. They'll see how it is. They don't have a chance to vote. But the delegates that are going there to represent Local 804, 100% on the money. So there's no scam going on in Local 804 with that. Do alternates matter? And the answer is yes. They do matter. They do matter just in case a delegate gets sick or something happens that he has to leave the convention for family matters and he has to go back. So the alternate is there too. But I never saw 10 delegates get sick at the same time. And that's why I say, if it was me, if it was up to me in the bylaws, if it was me writing the bylaws, I would write down that, 10 delegates, 5 alternates, not 10 and 10, because that's just a lot of money involved. And I'd rather save money for the local than spend money that's not going to be used. I mean, it's not going to be used right up there in the delegates. But that's my opinion. And I'm allowed to have my opinion, right? Just like you're allowed to have your opinion. All right. So let's go to the next one. So people are going to be talking about me not being with EMS. And I'm just going to set it straight right now at the What the Heck Show. You see me, I'm smiling because I'm showing you my teeth. I'm trying to get them white. But it's nothing wrong with a executive person. I'm not an executive 7, but I am in EMS. It's nothing wrong for me stepping down and letting someone else to get the experience. It's nothing wrong with that. I always did. I did it. This is my second time letting a member take the place of mine, which is an alternate delegate. Like I said, and I can't stop repeating it, but 10 alternates is a little bit too much. Yeah. Some locals, what they do is send 5 delegates and 3 alternates because of the volume of how many members they have. So in our bylaws, we have that room to send 10. But I would have changed it if it was up to me to save money to the local. I would have sent 5 instead of 10. But whatever. So today, at the general membership meeting, if you guys missed out on it, it was really not much. We were talking about a lot of roadie and how the company is doing everything possible to take away the packages from the bargaining union worker. It's a lot of work going on around the whole local with supervisors. We need more and more grievances from you guys. So we, because a lot of supervisors are working. Melville is one of the big ones that supervisors are working. The supervisors are actually going up to the business agent and saying, please, man, they're telling us to work, man. I don't want to work anymore. They working for one salary and doing 3 jobs, and they're tired of it. The supervisors are tired of it, but the grievances are being paid. This is why I say this company is ass backwards. Instead of fixing the situation, they rather pay. They rather pay grievances than fix the situation. And this is what we go through. All right. That's why we got to put the grievance in. The grievance process is a long process. I keep telling you guys that in every of my show that all the grievance process are way too long. Now, at the convention, that's what it should be brought up, that the grievance procedures should be changed with more teeth. It should be changed with more teeth because giving these guys this time and they want to settle right before they go to an arbitrator is fucking bullshit. I think it should be a 90 days or maybe a 60-day gap. And in 60 days, they have to come up with either A, they're going to proceed to the arbitration, or in 60 days, pay the fucking grievances. All right. And let me tell you something about grievances, guys. Because a lot of guys, especially in one particular building, that they got a lot of grievances paid, and they rah-rahing, they saying, thank you to the BA, you did a great job, the BA. BA don't do that job. The guys that write the grievances is the ones that you should be thanking, and that's yourself. If you wrote that grievance, and you wrote it numerous times, there's no one else to thank but yourself for getting involved and writing that grievance. The BA don't have nothing to do with that shit. They rah-rah on that BA like he's fucking a miracle worker, that he got the fucking company to pay that $23,000. Come on, man. I'm being real with you guys. The real people that did something was the grievance. The guys that put that grievance in, that took their time to grieve the company for something that they wasn't doing right, what they were violating the contract. All we do is file it. That's basically it. We file it. You know, if the company decides not to pay it, then is the BA at fault? And if the company does decide to pay it, is the BA to congratulate? Come on, guys. We're smarter than that. The guys that put the grievance in are the ones that, congratulations. Congratulations that you put in the grievance. You took your time, you waited this time, and you got your money. Because the company always likes to violate the contract, and that's the way it rolls. All we do is file it for you. That's all we do. You do everything. You do the paper, you present it, you get rejected, give it to us, we file it, and then the company decides they're going to pay it at arbitration or not. In this case, they wanted to solve it before because they were at the wrong, and they knew they were at the wrong. They wanted to solve it before, you know, before it goes to arbitration, and the arbitrator put it on paper, on official, that they have to pay for every of those grievances. So they said, fuck it, let's pay it. So they called the BA there, and I believe bullshit when I see it, but it was bullshit. But anyway, that's what you talked about, and like I said, you guys, and I'm sure you guys got your money, and hopefully you got your money, well deserved for writing the grievance. And like I said to you guys, everyone should write a grievance. If you see something that's a violation of your contract or your rights, write the grievance. It might take a little while, but it'll get done. It'll get paid. I mean, I'm still dealing with the labors from 2020 grievances. And like I said in my previous show, they had a $58 grievance that turned out to be a $5,000 grievance because they took that long. So the process is long, the process sucks, but have confidence that the grievance, as long as you put it on paper and as long as the BA files it for arbitration, it is there. It is there, and it will be heard in order, because it might have 4,000 grievances before yours. But just give the confidence of the grievance process and do grieve. That's all I ask. All right, guys, the frog is leaving the building. So, you know, like I said, this guy Alejandro with his podcast. It's called Rank and File, whatever. I think it's 804 Rank and File. Go check it out, please. I'll plug him in, because if you want to hear nonsense and bullshit, go to him, because he's the right one for it. He's the clown with the whistle. He likes to name everybody by names: the clown, the frog. He even called Vinny Macharo, whatever the fucking game. That's what he does. That's what he does. He has nothing. But anyway, and like I said, his go look up his podcast on Apple or whatever, Apple Podcast, whatever the fuck it is. Go check it out for yourself. See how bullshit he is. He would never do a live show because he's always editing. Oh, I didn't like how I said this. Let me edit it. He'll never do a live show. He'll never come on my live show. He never did come on my live show. He did at one point when he was cool. He was, because he's the type of person, and I hate to get into it, but he was in with Eddie Viata, and then this is the type of person you got to look at. It was good. It was good when they pulled him from the truck to do some signings of some whatever, and they paid him for the week or 2 or 3, whatever weeks they pulled him from the truck. He was rah-rahing Eddie Viata. Yeah, Eddie Viata is the best, man. Montano is the best. Montano is the best. Montano is the best. This is him. This is what he does because it benefits him to take him out of a truck and pay him for 3 weeks. Okay? This is the type of person he is. So once Eddie Viata decided, I'm not bringing him into the office as a representative, he turned on them. And the opportunity he had in the office, he started recording. He's a recorder. He likes to record and then blast them. And exactly what he did. And it's exactly what he's all about. So if you want to listen to that shit, go right ahead. You have the right to. He called me out. Now I got to respond. Yes, the frog is responding. The frog likes to eat flies, and you're that annoying fly. You're the fly. Anyway, with that said, thank you for listening to the What the Heck Show here on Union Power Radio. I'll be on in 2 more weeks, and hopefully we'll get some more stuff going on, more education. I will be asking questions, and people are going to be sending me questions to ask, and hopefully it's the question that you always wanted to ask, and you can always call here at the What the Heck Show at 347-403-0705. The line is always open. You can call up, or you can look at the YouTube, or you could listen on Mixler, and it goes round and round and round all day long. Thank you for listening to the What the Heck Show here on Union Power Radio, and we'll see you next time. Peace out.